Simulator is up. Everything's going just fine. Nothing for him to really worry about. It really remains to see as to whether or not he's going to be able to do real damage to NaNiwa early on with that gate so aggressive. We'll find out though. NaNiwa finally coming up right here. Gateway is not complete for NaNiwa as of yet. The gateway's been out for ages for Tyler. And of course, the main reason behind this is so he can get his cybernetics score out even earlier. If he gets his cybernetics score out earlier, that means, of course, he gets his warp gate tech out earlier. Now, NaNiwa will scout the timing right here. We'll also notice that Tyler isn't building any units. So that certainly might make a difference to his strategy. I'll have to see what NaNiwa decides to do right here. It's questionable, to say the least. The cybernetics score's on his way. He does have a Zealot coming out. Of course, there's this way of dealing with 4-gate that was popularized by Artosis. Admittedly, he nicked it from a Korean. And it is the idea of chrono boosting out 3 Stalkers from 2 gateways while researching the warp gate research, and then using those Stalkers to nail down the pylon. NaNiwa will probably be able to deal with that, though. We'll find out. Tyler having a look around and seeing what he can see. The second gas coming up right here. Second gas coming up for Tyler as well, so it's intriguing that he's doing this. That's a very fast robotics facility. Incredibly quick. So at least we're not going to see any 4-gate versus 4-gate nonsense by the looks of it, but still, that fast robotics. This could end up in a Colossus war, and of course, if you have more Colossus than your opponent, you tend to win it. The fast robotics will enable them to do that, and NaNiwa's attack is way behind. Now, usually if you've got 2 assimilators, you're not looking for any kind of real aggressive early game play. Looking for tech. NaNiwa doesn't have any of it, though. He's got 2 more gateways coming up, 3 gateways into a robotics facility as well, but look how far behind he is. He's actually a good minute behind the robotics of his opponent, and this is going to be an Immortal. 1 gateway Immortal. It's dangerous, assuming that his opponent's got a lot of Stalkers. Not so dangerous as because it's got a bunch of Zealots and Sentries. Immortals do massive damage against Stalkers. Not so great against anything else, though. NaNiwa keeping an eye on things, and note how aggressively Tyler's actually denied the scouting. NaNiwa doesn't scout all that much at the best of times, but in this case, this could end up being critical. 1 Immortal already out on the field by Tyler. 2nd Immortal on the way. NaNiwa is not aware of what's coming in. He's got 3 gates coming up, so he'll gain a count advantage. He'll have more units than his opponent, but if those units are primarily Stalkers, that could end up being really unpleasant. Observer on the way out, and he's going straight into the robotics bay, so he's going for the Colossus. Tyler is not doing anything of the sort, and he's still staying on 1 base. It's about time that he got more gateways up. He's been on 1 for the last 6.5 minutes, relying on these Immortals. There's going to be 2 Immortals and then an Observer. Will he push with those? He certainly might. Might not be a bad idea either, although NaNiwa has actually kept his Stalker count really low. So these Immortals aren't going to actually be as good as you might think. Immortals don't do a huge amount of damage to light units. They don't fire all that fast. And of course, those hardened shields will not work against Sentries and Zealots. With Colossus backing it up, it could be dangerous. Admittedly, Immortals tend to rip through Colossi. So he perhaps might wait a little bit longer. Now there's a blast from the past. I haven't seen that in a while. That's a Warp Prism coming up right here. So either we could be seeing a Proxy Warp, or more perhaps likely an Immortal drop. That was very popular back in the beta, but it seems to have fallen out of favor at the moment. We'll find out what he decides to actually do with this. Considering he has 2 Immortals, it would not surprise me at all if he's going for an Immortal drop, backed up by a push at the front. If we have a look at the army supply count, then let's see right here that army supply slightly in favor of NaNiwa, not by much. Worker supply heavily in favor of NaNiwa, perhaps looking to expand soon. Still waiting to see what he does with the Warp Prism. It's going to be that Immortal drop. Stalkers pushing at the front. Now, NaNiwa has an Immortal of his own right here, and that's a Stalker-heavy force from Tyler, so that might be blunted quite nicely at the front. And that Observer is also keeping an eye on things. Did it see the Warp Prism, more to the point? That's maybe the most important thing. It perhaps did. Now, army supply count is still in favor of NaNiwa, not by a huge amount. Immortal count in favor of Tyler. Here comes that Immortal drop. Will he be able to do anything with it? The Colossus, of course, will be torn up by Immortals very quickly. They're not that durable. Should be able to chew through it quite nicely. Another Colossus on the way, and Tyler looking to try and get a good number of units out. NaNiwa thinks the Colossus is the best way to deal with this. He may be right. His Colossus count being above his opponent's, which is of course 0, will be helpful. Tyler's still looking for an opportunity. Either he's going to try and push in here and then lure his opponent in and then drop the Immortals on top of the Colossus, or he's going to try and lure his opponent out of position, then drop the Immortals at the back of the base. One way or the other, it's kind of unpleasant, but NaNiwa is well aware of exactly what is happening thanks to that observer. I'm surprised Tyler doesn't really register that. Tyler's actually building nothing right now. He's saving his money, he's looking for yet another warp in. I'm still not sure what he's doing with his Warp Prism, if I'm totally honest. We're about to find out. And Force Field's blocking that force off right there. And here it comes. Warp Prism being dropped down directly. Colossi back off immediately. Tyler needs these in that force in order to break it. A lot of damage being thrown down right there on that Immortal. It's not dead yet. He backs it off. And that engagement did go in favor of Tyler, admittedly only just. Those Colossi are still alive, and the shields are up on them as well. It's going to be problematic. Immortal's pushing him once again, trying to trim his way through. That force one Colossus down. Needs to bring that other Immortal down immediately before it kills everything that Tyler actually has. There we go, down it goes. Initial warp in coming in right there with the Zealots. Tyler, it's pretty much completely equal right now. We do have another Immortal pushing forward. That Colossi shields are almost down, but still, NaNiwa holds. NaNiwa looking pretty strong right now. That Warp Prism could be deployed to effect, of course, if it doesn't get shot to pieces, which is exactly what's going to happen right here if he doesn't move it. Oh, that was unfortunate. Tyler deciding not to move that out of the way in time at all, and a pricey unit eliminated for no real benefit, but there is a force field. Colossus, look at how quick the reaction with that was. He steps into the force field to break it with the Colossus and immediately leaves. Those force fields are not effective all that much as a direct result of that. Tyler is still on one base. NaNiwa is still on one base. NaNiwa has the better economy. 29 probes to 23. Tyler has the slightly better army, but there's barely anything in it. It's so close. Tyler with still one Immortal, relying now on gateway units once again. Another Colossus coming up, and we're getting the range upgrade as well. Another Immortal now finally coming out for Liquid Tyler. He knows he can't push his way through there without at least a couple of them. Recharge the shields on that one. There's the second Immortal backing it up with a third Immortal coming in as well. A Zealot warp in. Still going to be incredibly hard to break this defensive line right here. Trying to do a little bit of sniping action. Not able to pick off that Stalker. Very unfortunate. You can see the unit's kill count right there. Tyler doing a little bit better. And resources lost. NaNiwa has lost a little more, but he can afford it. He's got a better economy. But he is still on one base, so he's getting drained pretty badly. Tyler, of course, with the Observer right there. He sees exactly what's coming. Colossus look for the flank. They're not able to get it. And they don't have the range upgrade yet either. Yet more on the way. That's 3 Immortals now for Tyler. Once that Immortal eventually makes its way there. 3 Immortals could make a mess of those Colossus very quickly. NaNiwa wisely deciding not to get a huge amount of Stalkers. A few more Stalkers on Tyler's side. Only 1 Immortal up for NaNiwa. Surely he'll look for a push now. Trying to get in there before the extended thermal lance upgrade seems like a really good idea. Army supply count is actually in favor of NaNiwa as a result of those Colossus. They actually do take a lot, and I do mean an awful lot, of supply count. It was unfortunate he wasn't able to get a shot off there. 3 shots would have collapsed the shield easily. Wasn't quite able to get it there. Tyler does see it. He looks for the interception. He didn't get it. The range upgrade is not complete, but it will be soon. And then NaNiwa may have the advantage. He should be able to tear through those Stalkers and indeed those Zealots more to the point. And that's exactly what's happening. Those Immortals are holding back right now, looking to try and flank as best he can. NaNiwa still trapped in his base. Tyler has wisely decided to expand behind this. However, those Colossus are going to deal a lot of damage, and NaNiwa might end up winning this particular encounter. The Immortals are trying to chew their way through the Zealots. There is the force field block up, but a lot of Stalkers being ripped up, and of course those Immortals are useless against Zealots. And here comes the counter-attack right here by NaNiwa, and he's cleaning up quite nicely right here. NaNiwa forcing himself in there. There's one Immortal down, looks for the second one, and he takes it, and he nails it down completely. The army count just plunged into nothing for Liquid Tyler. GG, ladies and gentlemen. NaNiwa takes it once again. Patience of a champion. There you go, folks. 2-0.